Hi friends, welcome back or welcome if you're new here. My name is Mali and today we're gonna start a new weekly vlog that has been inspired by a 2025 resolution of mine. Basically, in 2025, this year, I want to stop using my phone in a distracted manner. I want to stop doom scrolling, especially when I am currently reading. I want to stop being in the habit of picking up my phone when I'm reading, for example, and going on Instagram Reels and spending 40 minutes there when I could have been reading. This video is part challenge, part me holding myself accountable because I have been practicing since the start of 2025, and of course, some days are easier than others. I know that this challenge is super popular on YouTube, so I thought I would make a crack at it, especially because I do have this 2025 resolution that I really want to accomplish. I just want to stop doom scrolling. I spend so much time on Instagram Reels, which is so stupid. I literally deleted TikTok in order to stop using my phone, and then I went on Instagram Reels. It is currently Wednesday, a very weird day to start a weekly vlog. We're gonna be using my screen time from last week in order to do this video. Last Wednesday, I used my phone for about 7 hours and 50 minutes. From those 7 hours, I did use my camera for about an hour and 57 minutes. I do use my phone to film videos, and then I also used the photo app for about an hour and 48 minutes. And the reason for that is because after filming, I was exporting my video to my laptop. So we are going to be deducting my hours using the photo and the camera app because I used it for work. Technically, this is not work. I'm not getting paid for this shit. But I do think YouTube is a lot of work, so we can categorize it as such. So it does says here that out of those 7 hours and 50 minutes, 3 hours and 45 of those were creativity apps. So that will be my camera and my photo app. So we're gonna be using the social time in this instance because I can't read for 7 hours. So we're gonna do 2 hours and 4 minutes for my social plus those 41 minutes from information and reading. So we're gonna round this up to about 3 hours. I don't think we're gonna be doing this for every single day of the week, just this day because I did use the camera app for so freaking long. But let's talk books now because up until last night, I was reading 2 books on my Kindle. The first one being Beautyland by Marie Helen Bertino. I picked this one up from my library because, first of all, my hold finally came in after waiting for months. And I've been very curious about it because I know that so many people added it to their favorites of 2024 list. So I was really excited to start it, but I'm 200 pages in, and to be quite frankly, I'm bored. I feel like I've been reading this book for so long and it's only been 2 days. I'm putting a pause on it. I might come back to it a couple of weeks from now. DNF in Beautyland leaves me with only one current reading book, and that is Haruki Murakami, The City and Its Uncertain Walls. It is so weird for me to be reading a Murakami right now because I haven't picked up a Murakami in years. This book was actually picked for a book club that I'm a part of, Leah's book club over at Lover of Pages, and she has a little Patreon book club that I'm a part of. Everybody picked this book out of the polls, and I'm nervous because a lot of people actually have been DNFing it because they can't deal with Murakami's writing. He does mention a woman's boobs. I kid you not, like 50 pages in. To be honest, I don't know what I feel. I only read 100 pages of it and I liked the vibe of it because it was very felt like a little Studio Gilby movie. It has a lot of magical realism. That's what we're gonna be reading. But to be quite honest, I might pick up a physical book. I have my January TBR here. So right now, at the moment, I might pick up Perfume by Patrick Suskind. So we'll see if I pick this up tonight because myself, a couple hours from now, might feel completely different. My TBR is open. I'm gonna be mood reading in this vlog. Let's get started. Let's read. I got 3 hours on the clock. Please excuse my appearance, I had to do my hair today because my hair went through a lot yesterday for reasons that I'm gonna explain in just a little bit. But yeah, my hair's a little wet. I have coffee right here. I'm getting ready to read and I'm getting ready to tell you about yesterday because yesterday I failed very, very sadly. I didn't quite reach the 3 hours that I had to read yesterday. I read about an hour and 45 minutes of Haruki Murakami's The City and Its Uncertain Walls. And the reason I couldn't read any more of the book was because yesterday was both unexpectedly yet expectedly a chaotic day. If you're a Bad Bunny fan, you know that his concert ticket sales were yesterday's, and it was a whole thing of people camping out for days in advance for these tickets. I wanted to go in line, but I had an appointment at 9 a.m. yesterday, so I really couldn't go. But my friend went. She got tickets. I still can't believe she got tickets for the both of us in July. I forgot what date I'm gonna be at a fucking Choliseo seeing Bad Bunny live. So yeah, my friend got tickets, and at the same time she called me. She said, come on over because the rumors are true. There have been rumors all day of Bad Bunny showing up and playing a live show for free. And since she was there, she saw the stage being set up. So obviously I went. Obviously, I went. I got to hear his music live. He played some songs from the new album. I'm obsessed with that album. It's so good. It was fun. So obviously, no reading was done after the concert because we got home at around 12. So that's the reason why I failed yesterday's reading challenge. But at the same time, it's Bad Bunny. So am I mad? No. Today is a fresh slate. I'm going to try again. Today's reading time is about 3 hours and 42 minutes. The Haruki Murakami is really, really slow. And I don't remember if I said this yesterday, but it honestly feels like a Studio Ghibli movie. So I'm enjoying it in that sense. Like I'm enjoying the vibe. I can so vividly picture scenes from the book, which I really like when a book is able to do that for me. Because I think when I read books, nothing goes on here. Like I can easily visualize a lot of the things that books describe for me, but I can do that so easily with this book with Haruki Murakami, and I'm really liking it for that reason. And I'm also really liking this through Ghibli vibes because it's very slow paced, it's very magical realism. There's this town that's kind of magical, very easily blurs reality from fiction. I reached page 200 yesterday, and I don't know what else is gonna happen. I feel like so much happened, but at the same time nothing has happened because, so with no spoilers, the guy, our main character, went to the town, but then he escaped the town. And now that he escaped the town, I'm like, well, what else is there gonna be? Because I thought we're gonna be majority of the time in the town. There's like this reality and then there's this kind of dream world, and it very easily merges with reality. So right now, I'm not sure that the person that I'm reading about is actually him in the flesh. So I am confused. I'm liking it, but again, it's so slow. I want to get a little break, and I think I'm going to pick up another book. And I think the book I'm going to pick up is The Door by Magda Savo. This book has been calling me ever since I added it to my January TBR, and I really want to read it. I know yesterday I said I might pick up Perfume. As of this moment right now, I really feel like The Door by Magda Savo. And I'm so excited for this one in particular because it really sounds like The Safekeep, which is a book that I read in December, and it's about two women living in this house together. I think some gay shit happens. So I'm quite excited for that premise, and I really want to read something else like The Safekeep because I really enjoy that one. I got my coffee. Let's read. happy Friday. I have some really good news. So yesterday, Thursday, I completed my reading goal, which was to read for some 3 hours and 45 minutes. And I did 3 hours and 50 minutes. I'm really happy about those extra 5 minutes because the day prior to that was such a flop. So I feel like we're back on track. And the second piece of good news is that I am loving The Door by Magda Sabo. I was literally some 50 pages in. I was like, oh my god, I love this. I feel like it's sitting at a 4-star rating right now, which is amazing considering how the first couple of reads of the year hasn't been so strong. Loving the intense character study, because if you know me, you know that I'm a character girly. I love it when we get to know a character as intimately as we're getting to know Emerence, which is the main character's maid. She just feels so real to me. She feels like someone I could know. And I love when a writer does that, when they create characters so vividly. They have their habits, they have their faults. It's actually really, really funny for me to think back on what I said about this book yesterday, because I had such a giant misconception. I thought that this book was going to be gay. I thought that the main characters, the two women, were going to strike up a relationship. I couldn't be more further away from the truth, but I don't mind it. I had this really different expectation on the book, but I'm loving the direction it's going in. Like I said, I love a character study, so I'm not even mad. So in this one, we follow this woman who moves into this apartment and into this village, and she very quickly figures out that the apartment that they live in now is much bigger than her previous one. And since she is a writer, she needs time to write. So she enlists the help of Emerence, who is a highly respected maid and just like citizen of the town. And the two don't really see eye to eye. Emerence has so many quirks. She's very moody, has a weird way of doing things. She has to do things her way. Our main character has to sort of like accept who she is as a person, accept her little quirk. I find it so fascinating that we know so much about Emerence. We know who she is as a person. We're getting to know her past, her childhood, her traumas. We're getting to know her very, very intensely. Whereas with our main character, we don't know anything about her at all. We only know that she's a writer. We know some general facts about her, but we don't even get to know her name. Whereas literally the book starts with Emerence and it's all about Emerence. As I keep saying, I'm loving it. So yeah, really, really happy about that. I'm not even mad that it's not gay. So I'm gonna continue reading this today. This morning I read for about an hour, and today our goal is to read for 2 hours and 49 minutes. So I still have another hour and 49 minutes to go, but I'm not worried. I think I can do it today. I have the entire day off, so I just have to read. I am so stoked to keep reading this, so I feel no problem at all carving out time to read today. I'm leaving the house in a little bit. I have to do some errands, but I think at the end of my errands I'm gonna treat myself to a coffee shop moment. I'm mainly gonna be there to edit. Depending on how my editing goes, I might stay there for a bit and then read. I'll bring you guys along with me because the place I'm going, the cafe, is like a bookstore cafe, and that bookstore is gorgeous. So I might browse. Hi, so I'm trying out some new filming angles. You guys let me know. Since I always film in my room, you guys see all of it all the time. I feel like it might be a little boring. Yesterday, I finished my reading goal by the skin of my teeth, literally just a couple minutes before midnight. But I did it. I did the damn thing. I'm still reading The Door by Magda Sabo. I'm still really enjoying it. I reached page 206 last night annotating this, and yeah, I'm having a time of my life. Really want to finish this today because I have about 60 pages left. Since I do have to read for about 4 hours and 20 minutes today. I think is doable. Actually, I take that back. I'm not 100% confident that I can do it today because I do have to work in about 4 hours. So we'll see if I can do this. I have to get ready for work around 4:20-ish and it's almost going to be 12. I really do have to read for the next 4 hours. Let's get started. So I'm just here to tell you guys that I'm currently 2 hours into today's reading timer and I just finished The Door by Magda Sabo. I love this one. Absolutely love it. When I have a book on my physical TBR and it's been sitting there for a little bit, and then when I finally pick it up, it was just the perfect book that I needed at the time. It was such a delicate and tender view into these two very different women relationship and friendship and eventually love and devotion, but also ultimately betrayal. I highlighted so much, you guys. The end, oh my gosh, the end destroyed me. There was a scene where I had to stop and stare and look at a wall for like 2 minutes to process what was coming next. If you guys have this one on your TBR, please pick it up. It's so good. There's so many quotes here to pick and choose from, but I'm gonna read you guys this one. I believe it was from this moment that Emerence truly loved me without reservation, gravely almost, like someone deeply conscious of the obligation of love, who knows it to be a dangerous passion, fraught with risk. The entire book is just written in this very simple yet beautiful, haunting prose. This was amazing. I'm so happy that I picked this up. Now it's time to figure out what else to read because I still have about 2 hours left on my timer. I think I might pick up the Haruki Murakami again. I haven't picked it up since Wednesday, which was the first day of this challenge. I think I'm gonna pick that up today, read that for the rest of the time, and maybe tomorrow we'll start something new. I don't want to start a new book right now. I need to sit on my feelings with The Door. But I need to just process what I just read because it was a lot and I loved it. I think jumping into a new book right now would be too much. So I'm gonna jump back into the Haruki Murakami. Hi, happy Sunday. Please excuse the egghead, but I don't know what it is with my hair lately. I think my hair is really tired of the same old products because before, with the products that I've been using for like a couple months now, I could stretch my wash hair days for about 2 or 3 days, and now it's lasting like barely a day and a half, which actively pisses me off. Anyways, long explanation. This is not a curly hair vlog. This is a reading vlog. Sundays are not for washing your hair. They're for relaxing and reading and going to a coffee shop. So that is what we did this morning. Went to a coffee shop. I started Perfume by Patrick Susskind. Actually, wait, before I keep going, let me talk to you guys about how yesterday went. So yesterday, as you guys know, I finished The Door by Magda Sabo. I rated it a 4-star. And I don't usually like to say my star ratings on like YouTube or anything like that because I feel like, I don't know, they're so arbitrary. They're not a real picture of how you feel about a book. Since I did highly enjoy it, I rated it a 4-star. And I think if I keep thinking about it, it could be a 5-star. I'm kind of stingy with my 5 stars. Honestly, for me to rate a 5-star, I have to go back to the book like a month later. So yeah, we'll see if this becomes a 5-star, but I honestly really adored it. I was never bored. I loved the intricacies of the two women, especially Emerence, who we got to know so intimately. And the thing you're all here for, did I complete yesterday's reading goal? The answer is not quite. I did 3 hours and 45 minutes when I was supposed to do 4 hours and 21 minutes. So I was nearly there, but like I had foreseen, I had to go to work yesterday. I have started to read a little bit past noon. I wasn't going to achieve it because at 4 to 4:20 is when I start getting ready for work. Like I feed my cat, start getting dressed, start packing my food. I got home around 11:30. Didn't quite reach yesterday's reading goal, but I finished a really good book, so I'm not even mad. Back to today, back to Perfume. I picked this one up because today's reading goal is 3 hours and 34 minutes. And as of right now, I have about an hour and 14 minutes on the clock. I think I can do today's challenge because I started reading before noon. I picked this up because this has been on my TBR since like fall, the entirety of 2024. Didn't get around to it, and so I thought it still makes a good winter read, even though I get no winter here, but the weather's really nice. I am fifth page in, really liking it so far. Basically, we follow this guy up from literally newborn baby up until adulthood. His sense of smell is very, very powerful. He can smell people from a mile away. He can distinguish a lot of different smells that normal people wouldn't. And so, following his life trajectory, I'm only 50 pages in, so he's still a child, but very quickly it got really intense. I'm really liking it. It's not a huge goal, but like a little goal of mine for 2025 is to read more classics. So I'm glad that I picked this up. I know this is more of a modern classic and not like an old-timey classic, but baby steps, okay? I really like that the language is very, very accessible. Let's read because I also got work today and I would like to complete today's reading goal before having to go to work. Cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing. Faces merchant change, but your face remains the same. The swallows will be here by dawn. It is currently well past midnight. It is technically Tuesday, but I did want to come on here and tell you guys how today's reading goal went just before I went to sleep, and it went quite well. Sorry, if you guys can hear any noises, it's my cats. They have the zoomies. Today's reading goal was to read for 2 hours and 49 minutes, and I did exactly that. So I'm still reading Perfume. I am nearly done with it, and I'm still really enjoying this. I saw some reviews that people thought that this was a little boring in some parts, but that it picked up for them again at the ending. I have not been bored by this book so far. Then find that the entire thing is very medium paced and is written in a way that's not boring, which is really, really weird for me to say because usually a lot of classics are a little boring, but I'm enjoying following our main character whose name is, and I'm gonna try not to butcher this, but he's Baptiste Grenouille. No, I butchered that. I find that his life is pretty peculiar and exciting and entertaining to follow through. His intentions are not good. He's evil. I also really like all the descriptions about smells and his experience working as a perfumist apprentice and then later on with his own perfumes. I don't know what the statute of limitations is with spoilers, especially for a classic, but I have literally seen the title of this being as Perfume, the story of a murderer. So I think you guys already know that he is a murderer. He has killed a lot of people in search of perfecting his perfect perfume, the perfume that smells like this girl. Not that he fell in love with, because he never really cared for people's like attractiveness or beauty. He mostly cares about people's smell. So when he smelled this girl, he's like, oh my god, this most purest, most beautiful scent ever. I must have it. Like he must physically possess it. I think the ending is gonna get even more weird, even more fucked up. Excited to finish that off tomorrow. I honestly left off at a very cliffhanger type of moment. I completed today's reading challenge by reading for 2 hours and 49 minutes, and I am gonna log off here and come back with you tomorrow. Tomorrow is the very last day of our challenge, and I'm hoping that it goes well. So yeah, I'm gonna say good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Hi friends, it's Tuesday. It is the last day of our challenge, and I just finished Perfume by Patrick Suskind. I have already been reading for about an hour and 28 minutes, and today's goal is 2 hours and 2 minutes. So I'm nearly there, but I did want to come on here and say that I did finish Perfume. And while it didn't make it as a new favorite of mine, I did really enjoy my time with it. I really liked the dark atmosphere in this book and how strongly it evoked the sense of smell for me. Like, I could so vividly picture so many scents that our main character would smell and describe for us. The ending was insane. It really went very like complete chaos, insanity. The entire town went into a fever dream. I liked that we had such a strong villain as a character. I never grew bored of it. Like there were parts of it where it wasn't as like action packed, but it was never really boring. I think for a classic it was quite short. It was only about 300 pages, so it was also a quick read. And since finishing Perfume, I went ahead and picked up Kala by Colin Walsh. This has made a couple of my mutual favorites of 2024 list, and even before then this had been on my radar because this is like a literary thriller about this girl who goes missing, and we follow their friends who had to grow up without her and how they feel about her disappearance, and maybe we get to know what happened that day. So yeah, I'm really excited to start it. It's about 400 pages long, so I don't think I'll finish it in this vlog since tomorrow is the very last day, and tomorrow I'll be wrapping everything up. So I'm literally only 18 pages in, but since I've only been reading for an hour and 28 minutes, I still have a little bit to go to hit the 2 hours. So I am going to be reading this, and in any case, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow when it's time to wrap up the video. Hello friends, it is now Wednesday. We have come full circle and we have completed an entire week of swapping my phone time with reading time. So the question that is probably on everyone's mind is, how did this go? I think it went pretty well, and consistently I did complete more days than I failed. But I think the bigger question is, did I successfully use my phone less this week? And regrettably, my answer is no. My screen time is consistently about 4 hours of usage every day. I did feel like when I was reading, I was focused. I'll take that as a win. In any case, I'll continue to practice this and continue to use my phone less. So this week I read a total of 786 pages, and I read for about 19 hours and 21 minutes total. And the books that I completed in this video were The Door by Magda Sabo. You guys know that I love this one. Could possibly be my first 5-star of the year. I'm not sure yet. I'm still sitting on it. The next book that I completed was Perfume by Patrick Susskind. I am so happy that I picked this up. I have been wanting to read this book for a while, and I absolutely adore the Penguin Modern Classics editions. I have a couple of them in the background here, and I definitely want to make sure that I am reading them as I'm collecting them. I want to get through the ones that I own before I buy new ones, maybe. I at least want to keep the ratio of read versus unread higher. I really enjoyed the dark, gritty atmosphere in this. The other books that I was reading in this video and that I did not complete were The City and Its Uncertain Walls by Haruki Murakami. I think I only read this book like twice in this video, and the second time I completely forgot to talk about it. But to be quite honest, I don't have a lot of strong feelings for this one just yet. I am about 200-ish pages in, almost 300. Very slow, and we're following our main character as he is now working at a library. It's a very slow type of book, so I am trying to pace myself, take it a little bit at a time, just to not be bored by it. And then the other book that I was reading in this video that I started yesterday was Kala by Colin Walsh. I'm liking it so far. I'm really intrigued by the premise in which a young girl goes missing and then years later human remains are found nearby, and I think we're gonna find out if the human remains are Kala's or not. Right now we're following POVs of multiple characters, and all the characters were Kala's friends. They were impacted by her missing and they've now grown up. I'll definitely talk more about these books in my January wrap up. Yeah, this video was very fun. I might do this video again sometime soon, especially since I really do want to work on my phone usage. In the meantime, I will be saying goodbye, and thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers, by the way. I was gonna write a community post about it, but I completely forgot. But yeah, I hit my first 1,000, which is insane. So thank you guys so much for being here. If you've been here for a while or you just recently joined, thank you so much. I'll see you guys very soon.